Call a spade here, like I always do. I'm a realist when it comes to sports. I've been around them my entire life. I know what's good. I know what's up. I know what's down. I have my teams. I support them, but I call a spade all the time. We got smoked tonight. Offensively to defensively, we got cooked. And before I get into the game, I'm going to start with this is more than just a hockey game. Because Daryl up in America and Brad up in Canada, for example, who don't watch hockey, let's say, are watching this game to support their nations because of all the nonsense that's going on politically. And don't get me wrong, I'm not the political guy. Don't get me involved in that shit. Don't get me started. I don't want anything to do with that. Just give me good hockey. Give me good sports. I don't want to be involved in that shit. But let me point out the elephant in the room here. We're not booing the United States anthem for nothing. They're not booing us for nothing. That stems from all the shit that's going on in our world currently with the potential 51st state of America, between the tariffs and between this and between that and between all the fucking baloney in between. Okay, I don't want to get into that, but you have to point it out because this is what's currently happening. You're gonna boo an anthem which is extremely disrespectful. I'll be the first to say it. I'm a Canadian. I'm an Ontario citizen. I support the Toronto Maple Leafs. I'm a Canadian diehard fan of our country, of our sports, of everything. But when you boo an anthem, and it goes both ways because it's happening on both ends of the spectrum here. It's like when you're talking to somebody and they're on their phone and they're hitting you with the yeah. Like, it's disrespectful. You don't do shit like that, but I mean, under the circumstances, I guess some people are just like so salty where they have to feel the need to do it. And I don't like necessarily blame them or they for that, but like, man, this has become more than just a hockey game. Canada played Sweden. America played Finland. When America faced off against Canada, now shit's on. You saw it off puck drop. We had 3 fights in under 10 seconds of play. Why do you think that is? Is it because America and Canada have a crazy history? Dating back to 91, dating back to behind that, dating back to all the times America played Canada in hockey. Dude, it's more than just that. It's deeper than that. It's because of all the shit that's going on around us. And you can't avoid it. And you can't not speak about it because this is what's happening. We had 3 fights in 10 seconds of play tonight. We had Brandon Hagel face off against Makachuk off puck drop. Makachuk looked at Brandon Hagel. You want to go? Want to go? Boom. Puck drops. Fight. Instantly. We had Sam Bennett fight against Brady Tkachuk. We had both brothers in the box within 8 seconds of the game due to fighting. And then we have JT Miller cross-checking Colton Parayko to start another fight. We had fights all over the map. Only 3 fights in the whole game happened 10 seconds from puck drop. I'm not the political guy. Don't get me involved in it. I just want to see good hockey. Okay? I am a supporter of my sports teams and franchises. I want to see my teams do well. But you cannot point out, like I said, the elephant in the room that is beyond the sport. Bradley up in Canada and Chad up in America, for example, who, let's say, don't watch hockey, are watching this game to support their nations because of all the outside noise of what's going on. And we can't avoid that. And this is why there's so much animosity in this hockey game in specific. And we're still in the round robin, by the way. This is not the finals. So, like, Imagine these two teams when they do meet in the final, because I believe they will. What's going to happen there in TD Garden, in Boston, in America? Anyways, aside from all that shit, there's a lot of stuff going on, okay? And I'm not the one to talk about it, like I said, but there is a lot of inside beef that is happening between these two nations. Not necessarily between the players, but there's a lot of shit going on between two, let's say, one government and presidency, and two nations that are supposed to be like this are currently like this because of whatever the fuck is going on. Don't get me started. Don't get me involved. I don't want to talk about politics. I'm a sports guy. I care about good hockey. Anyways, first 10 seconds of this hockey game, we had 3 fights. Brandon Hagel fighting Matt Tkachuk. Matt Tkachuk look at Brandon Hagel. Want to go? Want to go? Done. Off puck drop. Done. Fight. Sam Bennett fighting Brady Tkachuk, the brother of Matthew. They go at it, throwing haymakers. All 3 fights were fantastic. JT Miller cross checks Colton Parayko. They go at it. What the fuck is going on? It's more than just a hockey game. Anyways, let's get to the fucking goodness of this beatdown that the States put on Canada. We got smoked in every aspect of the hockey game. Defensively and offensively, America beat us up. And people who analyze hockey like myself, who understand the game, knew that America was going to come out with grittiness and fight and fear in their veins. They knew they were going to get booed. If you listen to the national anthem, prior to that, they said, don't boo the national anthem because it's disrespectful, blah, blah, blah. Oh, they booed it so hard. And how do you think Americans feel about that? Like, how do you think they feel? I'm not talking about the average American citizen. I'm talking about these hockey players who are playing in this tournament. How do you think they feel about this? They're not going to get disrespected like that in Montreal and not put up a gritty performance. And that's exactly what America did tonight. They put on a defensive, hard-checking clinic against the Canadians, and we had zero answer for it. Zero answer for it. We could not stop what the fuck America brought to us. And it was all due to physicality. And like I said, America has more grittiness than the Canadians do, which is why they won this hockey game. There was not a single player on each team who didn't complete their check, which is just something you don't see in the average day-to-day NHL season, because it's more than just a hockey game. These guys are fighting for their nation, and it's more than just, like I said, a hockey game. We lost 3-1 due to physicality and just inner anger due to a desperate, I say that loosely because the Americans are already in the finals, but they played this game just for the pride of their country, and this is why we lost. We had no answer for the physicality of the Americans. We couldn't score. Look at the offensive power that we have on this hockey team. Look what we did against Sweden. Where was that against America tonight? It's because the Americans play with grit and strength and power, and they fucking cooked us. Sidney Crosby had a bad night. McDavo scored an absolute beautiful goal to make it 1-0. But after McDavid scored, it was kind of downhill there from the Canadians. We had no answer. We had no answer from what the Americans were bringing us. I thought Josh Morrissey played a great game. I also thought that Bennington could have saved a couple extra shots here. Jake Gensel gets on the board twice. Sure, one was an empty net, but there's a lot of things that the Canadians need to do against Finland to place their spot in the final against the United States. Sidney Crosby had a bad game tonight. He just did. I'm like I said, I'm gonna call a spade a spade. Sidney Crosby sent a pizza of a pass, turnover. Dylan Larkin buries it. I'm not going to get into the whole Canada goaltender thing because we know going into this tournament that we don't have Carey Price anymore. We don't have Roberto Luongo anymore. We just don't. Okay? So we know that our goaltending is weak. Cale Makar was not playing tonight. And people who analyze hockey like myself know how crucial that is to the Canadian team. Specifically, our power play. Like, it's and don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna say Cale Makar is the most grittiest defenseman, but what he brings offensively from a defensive perspective is so crucial to this team. And we just really got beat up from the outside of the game, meaning the boards. Like, I thought the entire game, Canada got mucked on the boards. They got mucked. We couldn't win a puck battle in the boards because of how aggressive the Americans were playing. And on a side note, whatever game plan America has going for them, I'm just going to say this quickly. Jack Hughes does not fit that play or whatever they're trying to do. His resume does not fit what the Americans are trying to do, okay? Jack Hughes, did I say Jack Eichel? Jack Hughes was sending straight muffins the entire game. He did fuck all. So did Austin Matthews, by the way. Austin Matthews had an open net at one point, and he missed. He missed an open net. In a regular 82-game season, Austin Matthews is burying that against any team in the league. Now, this goes to another topic of conversation. I think Matt Tkachuk should have been the captain of the United States, not Austin Matthews, but that's another topic for another day. Like I said, I'm a realist. I'm a Leaf fan. What Leaf fan is telling you right now that Austin Matthews should not be the captain of the United States? I'm telling you that it should not be him because it should be Matt Tkachuk, who is literally a leader, a player that does not that you do not want to face. So, anyways, so Jack Hughes and Seth Jarvis on Canada was irrelevant in this hockey game. They both did nothing but send straight pizzas up the board. They don't fit what's going on here. Should the Canadians took Mark Scheifele instead of Seth Jarvis or whoever else? Maybe. But from what I've seen so far, Seth Jarvis does not fit what Canada's trying to do. Nor does Jack Hughes. He does not fit the grittiness that America brings to hockey. Anyways, Jake Gensel scores a banger, ties the game after Connor McDavid's beautiful goal. Let's just highlight Connor McDavid here for a second. Let me just grab one thing for y'all. This guy is a phenom of hockey. He is a different breed of human being. What he did tonight is absolutely disgusting and should be put in prison for a lifetime because of how good of a hockey player he is. Connor McDavid scores a banger. Jake Gensel ties the game. Like I said before, Crosby had an off night. And I'm going to say one thing quickly right now. If you think Sidney Crosby, when we face America in the finals, because we're going to smoke Finland, if you think Sidney Crosby is losing back-to-back games against the United States of America, you're fucking a psychotic lunatic. That ain't happening. Anyways, Yeah, Crosby's had a bad night tonight. Nathan McKinnon had a quiet night tonight. Nathan McKinnon, after he took the puck to the face in pregame warmup, Nate Dogg had a bad game. And I'm not putting the blame on Nate Dogg because the entire team had a horrible fucking game. Top to bottom, they played fucking horrendous after the second period. After the second period, the Canadians went ghost, and like I said before, we couldn't handle what America was bringing us. The physicality and the grittiness of playing hockey. The Americans have two studs and many more in the likes of Jake DeBrusk and the Kachucks and everybody else on that goddamn roster. 8 Canada up. And we got smoked top to bottom in this hockey game. And I don't want to go on about how we have a chance to beat them again and whatnot. We have to live in the moment here, people. We have to live in the moment. We have to face what just happened, and we got smoked. And there needs to be major changes in the Canadian lineup, and we need Cale Makar back in the lineup. Listen, I don't know if he's injured or he's ill or whatever the case may be. I think we could get by Finland without Cale Makar, but come finals against America, when we do beat them and face them, because I'm almost certain that we're going to play them in the finals, because how could you not after this? We need Cale Makar. We need him on the defensive end. We need him on the power play. We need him just involved in the hockey game. He is such an X factor in this team, and you saw it tonight. And don't get me wrong, our defense played horrible. We just got mucked in every other category of a hockey game. On the boards, down the gut, goaltending, we got smoked in every single aspect of the game after the first period. The first period was phenomenal. The fights, McDavo's goal, we were buzzing. We entered the second, we entered the third, and we went ghost. We couldn't generate nothing. And it's tough because as a Canadian, I just feel fucking just so disgusted. But at the same time, I'm not worried because I'm sure we're going to meet the Americans in the finals. In TD Garden, in Boston, on Thursday night. But this game overall, like, we could go over the goals, but they weren't even just like... The goals were almost irrelevant to what was going on because of how much that we got smoked in every other aspect of the game. There needs to be so much talk in the dressing room, in practice. There needs to be so much done, and we need Cale Makar bad. Like I said before, I'm gonna call a spade to spade. I'm a realist, okay? I'm a realist hockey fan. I'm a realist sports fan, okay? Like, I support Real Madrid. We lost to Osasuna today. I support the Arizona Cardinals. I support the Toronto Maple Leafs. I call it how it is. I know when the team's shit. I say it how it is. We got fucked tonight. Fucked. Sidney Crosby had an off game. I'll say it. Most people won't say it because it's Sidney Crosby. He's the GOAT. And I'll say it right now. He played like shit tonight. We couldn't generate offense. And like I said before, Sidney Crosby is not losing twice in a row to America. Anyways, the Canadians need to work on some things. The Canadians need to figure out how to win with grit and physicality opposed to offense. Because you saw tonight, with all the firepower that we have, offense is not going to win you these hockey games. Especially against teams like the United States. How they beat us up physically. Jake DeBrusk was leveling Connor McDavid the entire fucking game. Jake DeBrusk stuck his stick in Sidney Crosby's face after fucking body checking him. There needs to be more grit out of the Canadians. And we did not have that tonight. And you need to go into the next game in Finland, or not in Finland. I don't know where they're playing, in fucking Montreal or Boston. Doesn't fucking matter. Wherever they're playing, They need to start the momentum there and bring it into the finals. We need to cook Finland. We need to win by minimum 3 goals so we can advance due to goal differential because of how we're tied right now between the Finns and the Swedes. And America is already on a one-way trip to the finals. We got cooked tonight. I'm going to call it how it is. We played like shit. Everybody on the team played like shit. And I know Connor McDavid scored a beautiful goal. And I'm a stan of his. I've been watching him since he was a fucking minor. We need to step up as a team. And tonight, it looked like that we did not have the momentum that the Americans had. And maybe that was due to the booing of the anthem, or maybe that was due to this, or maybe that was due to that. It doesn't matter. We got smoked top to bottom, up and down the ice the entire fucking hockey game prior to the first period. That was a tough L, man. I'm sick. I'm upset, but I also believe that we will face them in Boston in the finals, and we will win. Because like I said, this guy ain't losing twice in a row to America after they ended his streak of 15 fucking years of beating them. Or not beating them, but undefeated in international tournaments with a Canada flag on his jersey. This is Sidney Crosby we're talking about. And then we got the next Sidney Crosby right here. And I don't know what this guy was on about tonight. I'm a Leaf fan, but my God, what the fuck is... What? He's not the captain of this hockey team. Matt Tkachuk is the captain. And any hockey fan who watches hockey knows that. I'll say it how it is. What a tough L tonight for the Canadians. I am not worried. I am almost certain we'll see the Americans in the finals. But there's a lot to learn from this hockey game. There's a lot to learn from this hockey game. And they need to figure out a way to win with physicality. And I think they'll rebound. We're talking about Canada here, okay? We're talking about the sports team. Like, hockey is Canada's game. Whichever way you put it. I know a Canadian team hasn't won since 93 when the Habs won. All this bullshit. Listen, hockey will never be America's game. I don't care how much Stanley Cups their cities or states, whatever the fuck they call them, win in a row. Hockey is our game. We will bounce back. We will see America in the final. And we will win. This guy's not losing twice in a row to America. I guarantee you that. Anyways, there's a lot to learn from this game. Canada needs to bounce back hard against Finland. We need to fucking pump Finland. We need to fucking pump them. Which I think they will. Anyways, gotta give credit when it's due. The Americans played hockey tonight. That's hockey, dude. They got the guys to play hockey. We do too. But we didn't show it tonight. We'll see you back Monday when Canada takes on Finland. I believe at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And we'll see America in the final. This guy's not losing twice to America. And the next Sidney Crosby ain't losing twice either. And Austin Matthews, just play well for the Leafs, guy, because you also don't fit what's going on with America and their grittiness. I call a spade to spade. We'll see you in the finals, America. Cheers.